a few years ago, we actually came for a summer holiday in Portugal, just as you do, and actually fell in love. We traveled all over. We were up north, went to Porto, did loads places up north, and obviously Lisbon, Cascais. And it was a place that really we loved. And then went back to London. Fast forward a few years, COVID happened. And it was coming out of COVID, I think for a lot of people realizing, gosh, we really want to maybe make a change. And then we thought, where would we go? Wanted to not go too far. And suddenly it was so obvious. Portugal, of course.
A sweet spot.
Yeah.
And that second night was actually the start of my love affair with Portugal and the Algarve, because that family and Horacio, even though he couldn't speak a word of English, we were just treated so well. And the young girls who were helping and serving in their teens, young teens at the time, came over and they were delighted translating for us and so forth and so on. And I ended up being best friends with Horacio, and Horacio also came across and was my best man at my wedding.
No!
Yes.
What? As a kid, I went to the Algarve, as most British families have done. But she took me to Lisbon to her sister's wedding, and I fell in love with Lisbon. We bought a flat in Lisbon a few years after that for us to drop into when we were in Europe, as we were continuing bouncing around. In 2018, we had this wedding we were going to in the south of France. And I said, can we just tag on a week and go looking for a ruin and a bit of land somewhere in the country, in Portugal? Anyway, I persuaded her. And so she started looking at all the real estate websites. I started plotting a Google map with vineyards and posadas on it. We found two little hotspots of places we could afford. One of them was south of Evramonte kind of area in the winelands. The other was here on the coast. It was south enough from Comporta and north enough from the Algarve for us to be able to afford it. And so we came to this area of the southwest Alentejo, Odmira region, nearest town, Zambujeira de Mar, people will know. And we saw some disappointing ruins. And then Anna saw this thing in the estate agent website window in Milfonche. And she said, that looks good. And didn't tell me about it, but persuaded the guy to bring us here to say, let's look at a place you could come to once your ruin's been done up. And so we came here. We saw the view that we have here all the way to Montchique and Foya Mountain in the distance, which I can see from where I am at the moment. And we just fell in love with the place. That was 2000.
So once I've decided, no, I'm here to stay, and I wanted to make sure my kids stayed here because it's a fantastic country for kids to grow up in.
Yes.
And having really close ties to the community is something that I love speaking to people. I love being with people. And the goal has always been the same in every job I've really done. It's to try and make life better for people in Portugal, share information, share knowledge. There are difficulties in living here, but on the whole, you can overcome them if you've got a bit of support from friends, family, work, or associations like AFPOP. It's resources out there.
When did that love affair, or when did it strike you that you actually could just go and live there all the time?
My wife and I were on the west coast near Aljezur at a beach, Amarara Beach, and the waves were crashing, and my heart was just filled with joy.
Oh,
and it was an epiphany, and it was, wow, we want to live here.
Beautiful.
In Portugal, it's olive oil, it's like bread, it's like water. You have that with every meal. I love the fact that people here take 2.5 hours for lunch. You can either complain about it as a foreigner and go, well, nothing's getting done because there's 2.5 hours of lunch, or you can have a 2.5 hour lunch and realize that's where business is done. That's where the real work's being done, when people are socializing, eating together, drinking together. And there's a reason that people in Portugal drink more liters of wine per person than any other country in the world.
Portugal, in the sense that to see what one could do and what one could achieve in another country, even without the language, it was astonishing. And then I decided this is where I want to be. I loved everything about the country, loved everything about it.
And you visited many other places, but clearly still kept coming back to the
absolutely.
The secret beaches that we know on this coast are like nowhere on earth. We've lived in all these places, and honestly, this is where I want to be. It's where my wife and I want to live. That's it. Easy choice, Portugal, no discussion. That's where we want to be, and this is why we want to be here. And so it's very exciting.
Beautiful beach running all the way into Lagos and over to Algarve. I pinch myself every morning. I get up and I say, my God, I'm a lucky
Lucky
man
man.
at the end.
Yeah, that's incredible to be able to say that.
The Algarve has hardly any traffic lights, which is very important. I parked my car almost against the restaurants. Yeah. I don't have to, Amsterdam or London or the big cities, wherever you go, you wake up, you get out of the front door and you start solving problems. Where do I park my car? Oh, there's a traffic light. Oh, is there speeding? Oh, there's all sorts of problems that we take for granted. But if you're here,
Calma. Very good, Erik.
See, the experience of getting here in a new place, not knowing anyone, and it has been wonderful. I have no words to describe it. I shared with friends in America about that. It's like the warmth of the people, the desire to help, to assist, or to connect. It has been incredible. We have been very blessed with all the people that we have met so far. And I don't know, I really feel at home. Connecting also with the Portuguese community has been wonderful. I feel really great to be here, to be honest.
It's a nice place to live. My daughter, who was born here, educated here, and now lives in London, and she was brought up in Cascais, and she said to me after she left here and went on a year out and went to Vietnam and what have you, she said, Daddy, I didn't realize I was living in a bubble.
Yeah.
Afterwards, but it's a nice bubble.
Yes. What a lovely thing to hear as a parent.
Yeah.
Possibly to prospective parents, people with kids already who are thinking of a nice place to move to. What a glowing recommendation, and completely from your own experience, of course, of being here from back in landing in 1980, barely knowing what Portugal was.
That's true, but I'm very much a glass half full. I think that Portugal, it may have its ups and downs, but the curve will always be on the up. Yeah? And I'm very positive for how the future will be.
How wonderful. Thank you very much.
It's the coastal living for me.
Oh.
I love being close to the beach. I love the openness of the people. I love the food. I love the accessibility of the country. You fly into Lisbon, it's 2.5 hours on a motorway where you very rarely see anybody, going down to the Algarve or up to Porto. And I say to people, you can do the whole country in a day. And people are like, what? And I'm like, it's so easy, it's so small. And then when we went up to Lisbon, one of my colleagues from Sagres went, do you use the underground in Portugal, the metro in Lisbon? And I went, no way, because I imagined doing London Underground in Portuguese. And I was like, I am not touching that. Now you can't get me off I love going on the public transport. It's so easy.
And I'm wide-eyed on there. The architecture, the way they've styled and designed some of the metro stations is beautiful. Yeah.
Easy and so easy to get around. So easy to get from Costa Sodré to Cascais along the coast on a train where you literally follow the coastline along. And there's some amazing beaches. I just love it. And also I love being where you wake up and it's blue skies. Even if it's a bit cold, to have blue skies every morning just puts you in such a better mood, doesn't it?
I make a tour, a travel for 15 days in Portugal in winter. In summer, every corner is beautiful.
Yes.
In winter, maybe not all. So I travel and I find in Albufeira what I search, the beach style life. So I am in shorts, in Bermuda, in bikini, 10 months per year.